Alrighty, fellas, we got an oddballer today. And that is, my truck's going up for sale. I know. Moment of silence, right? Anyways, never thought I'd do this. But I got a few ideas. So I figured I'd start out with this one. And the reason I'm starting out with putting it up for sale is I've seen the numbers on these trucks that they're being posted up for sale. They're pretty ridiculously high. And I'm not the one to sit here and defend that. I put up an asking price last night of $49,000 for my truck. That's pretty high for a truck like this. But my train of thought, or my thought process, excuse me, was if guys are asking, in the 50s for the trucks that they're asking for, and someone's willing to pay that, I mean, those trucks are still for sale. No one knows if they're gonna go or not, but they're up for sale. And if someone's willing to pay 50 grand for a truck like that, I'm ballpark, rounded off 50 grand. They might as well pay 50 for a truck like mine. Those are mediocre trucks, not top of the line. And a lot of people think Laramie's top of the line. I don't know where you guys get that. You guys know my stance on Laramie. And one of these days, I might end up with a Laramie, as much as I hate Laramie. But, guys, you regular followers, I don't wash my engine bays very often, maybe once a year. So this one hasn't been washed for quite some time. You could tell it's pretty dirty. As long as she runs good, do my filter stuff. Just wanted to show you guys, if anyone's interested in buying this truck, just so you have a quick review. Mostly this video is focused on updating my regulars, what's going on. So the thought process here is sell it for a decent price and start all over. Y'all know, well, some of you don't know, might be watching this, that I run a hotshot gig, and plan B is simply just throw it in the fleet. You know what I mean? Put some stock wheels on it and just throw it in the fleet. I'll probably make my most bang for my buck out of it, really, that way. But for a truck like this, it's not like no one deserves to drive a truck like this as a work truck. I just don't think it's the intentions are proper. So what I'm trying to say, and with intention, it's limited. It's more on the comfort creature side, and a truck like this that's gonna get literally put into the ground every day, probably not the best idea. But if you pay for it, who am I to tell you what to do? But on my side, I hand trucks out to drivers, so I don't think they'll have the real appreciation for it, simply. But that's just jumping to a conclusion. I'm not saying all people are that way. I'm just saying I don't think it's proper. I could take the money and just buy me another work truck. Anyway, so that's plan B. Plan C is to just not stick it out, but keep my marbles together and just keep cruising with this truck. And if I do that, I'm going to do some upgrades. I don't want to jump the gun and spill the beans on what am I going to do if I keep this truck. But first one, back to selling it. The idea here is, if I could sell it, if someone's willing to pay that kind of money for a truck, they much rather just have a limited, you know what I mean? If guys are asking 45 to 50 for their big horns and Laramies, and no, this truck hasn't been cleaned. Well, why don't I show you? If someone's watching and actually interested in this truck, keep my gloves in there. I've given my regulars a tour of my truck before. It's a nice detail to an Unlimited, and big deal for me, Limited and Laramie, is the leather. This is real leather, and what Laramie has, I don't know. I don't like it. So it's the real deal. Nice stitched leather. You got the not only fancy steering wheel, but this steering wheel feels pretty nice. I'm not saying the Laramie one's bad. All you get on the Laramie is the leather, and I have no problem with the steering wheel on the Laramie. My biggest issue with Laramie is they have the fake leather, and they have like the sticker looking wood thing, and it looks like junk. This is the real deal as far as I know. At least it looks premium and it feels premium, and I'm happy with that. Well, Laramie guys, like, whatever. That's it. Other than that, it's pretty much the same truck. Anyways, just, little details. I want to show you guys the mileage on this truck. Oh, why don't you start, buddy? This thing just turned 139. No, it's not a Christmas tree. It settles in. Alright, so 139,067. So that's the idea, boys. Mainly, with the first idea of selling it, you boys are going to benefit it just like I will. Well, probably not 1-to-1 ratio, but the idea is if I sell it to order a 2020, On the flip side of things, besides that, I really don't have any other motivation on selling it. I like my truck. I like my truck a lot. My family knows. It's not monumental, but it is special to me because I've worked really hard with my 99, and then when I decided to buy this truck, it was right after the time that my first child was born, and it's like David was born, and then I got this truck. So when I was buying it, it was just like, yeah, this one's sticking in the family for a long time, and now I'm putting it up for sale. I feel like I'm betraying my own self here. But anyways, so I keep bouncing around and trying to kill 5 birds with 1 stone here. But for the boys, here it is. That's it. I'm done touring around the truck. Let's stay focused and wrap up this video. If I sell this truck, I'm just going to give you a rundown and wrap up this video. If I sell this truck, what's going to happen is I'm going to order a 2020. If it sells a little later. If it sells now, like really soon, I still can't order a 2020. Okay, boys, y'all asking for the G56? That's what's going to happen. If someone comes out and buys this truck from me near asking price, because I really don't have a good reason on selling this thing in a hurry or really cheap besides that, I would like to try the 2020. You know, so it almost would favor me if someone bought this truck after New Year's, because I think after New Year's you could start putting in the orders. I think in January they're gonna show it at the Detroit, and then you put it in the orders. But bottom line is Paul can't be at a truck, so if someone buys it now, let's just keep it simple. Next couple weeks, I'll just go pick up a G56 and kill that want. I clearly understand there's no better combo in a pickup, and that includes Chevy and Ford. There's no better combo in a pickup that suits me better than a Cummins with an Aisin. A G56 is a nostalgic thing for me. Like, I grew up with a manual pickup, was a Tacoma. You know, at my age of 18, 19, I bought a 6-speed. Excuse me, guys, I'm still struggling with my throat here. Hold on a sec, let me put you on pause. So with my 6-speed 99, it's just, I was always a manual guy. And look at me now. All I own was a bunch of autos, and once in a blue moon, I'll jump in the Ford. And I'm not bashing on the Ford how bad of a truck it is. It's just, it's $1 million Ford. You guys know what I mean by that. But I enjoy driving that 6-speed, even though the 7.3 does not have the torque of a Cummins. I can only imagine how nice it would be to have a 6-speed manual Cummins, a newer one, you know, with the creature comforts. You know, sometimes I'll jump in my Ford Mustang. It's weird. All my Fords that I own personally are manuals, and then you got that car, but that's different. You know, my wife's car is an auto. This thing's an auto. So if I could get the G56 out of me and once and for all, because I understand it's a slower truck, it's more pain in the neck to run, but for some reason I enjoy it, and I feel like I need to get that crap out of my system. For that to happen, I need to get me a G56, drive it, get over it. I don't know if I'll get over it though. And once I do get over it, if I get over it, get back into an Aisin with the Cummins. So that's all it is. So now you guys could sort of comprehend what's going through Paul's head, because it's everybody knows that Paul likes this truck, and he just likes this truck. Like, I was looking at the 5th gen trucks, they don't appeal to me much. It's not like, oh my god, I gotta have it, you know, oh my goodness, such a good looking truck. Not really. I like my truck. If I can have a brand new truck, a 2020, it'll help me on YouTube. You fellas watching it, you know, you guys are gonna be more interested. It'll be easier for me to create content. It just, overall, it'll help me because I'll get a head start. As much as I like them or not, I'm gonna end up buying them for my work trucks. And I believe it was very smart for me to buy this truck, test what I got to test on it, and then start picking up the work trucks in this body and an engine combo. So if I were to need to test something, this truck would be the test mule. I like it, I'd put it on. If I don't like it, I said no, it's a waste of time. So I feel like it's strategically, it's the best thing for me to do for business and you guys, keep you guys entertained. So yeah, but by all means, if I have to still drive this thing, not have to, but if I choose to still drive this thing, I got no reason not to. I like it so much and I enjoy driving it. So, not to confuse y'all any further or any more than I already have, that's the gist of it. Bottom line, if I sell it, great. If I don't sell it, great. If I sell it too soon, I'm ending up with a G56. If I sell it a little later, I'm probably going to get a 2020 Ram 3500. And the reason I'm not talking, or the reason I'm not saying 2020 G56 is because as far as much research as I've done, and I mean, this is not set in stone, but there's no hope for a G56 in a 2020, so that's why I'm not really hoping for it. Now, if there were hope, it's not going to quite fit the bill of me testing stuff and translating them to my work trucks, but you know, the engine and the body are going to be there. It's weird how as soon as you hook up a different transmission, it's not the transmission solely on its own. It's transferring torque. It's more than just that. Anyways, so yeah, that's my confusing story. And you guys that have been following me for a while, figured y'all need an update, and yeah, let me know what you guys think. Truck's priced at $49,000. It's too high, too low. And anyone interested in it, by all means, come pick it up. You know, you only help out the rest of us. Paul's gonna move on with the G56, or if you come a little later, Paul's gonna move on to a 2020. And if I don't sell it, most likely I'm gonna keep it. Slim chances I'm gonna send it on down the pipeline, and what I mean by that is putting it into the fleet. So yeah, as always, may the Lord bless you. May y'all have a mighty fine day. And I got a weird question for y'all. It's non-truck, but for some reason when I was buying my radars, I never found a good review of these radars. So I got this Envy. I got this 95 IX. I got the Max 360, and I have the updated IX, like the new one that they released a year ago. If you guys want to see a video on all these, and like a real world non-geekish, because like the videos that are out there, they're really specific and spec'd and they confuse me. If you guys want a real world video of what's where and how things work, let me know in the comment section, because this bad boy's been with me 9 years. You know, my Max 360 has been with me 3 years, and the IX probably been with me, give or take, 4 months. I have the least miles on that, but I've created an opinion of it. Definitely have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles on this bad boy. And then my Max 360 was a tricky one, but I definitely came to an agreement with that radar. So let me know if you guys want to hear about radars. Yeah, may the Lord bless you, and have a good one. Bye.